Hello everyone, so I'm filming this a little late at night, so that's why you have the weird, fun, awesome lighting in the background here. But I just watched Free Guy yesterday and finally found some time to review it today. But of course, this movie stars Ryan Reynolds, and it is about a NPC in a video game who starts to gain consciousness and realizes that he is a video game character, and he's able to basically gain control over his world and start making his own decisions, have his own feelings, and shape his own destiny instead of just being a random character with randomly generated dialogue all the time. And he gets this by falling in love with a human player who comes into the game who has actually personal ties to the game, where she was a video game designer who worked with another video game designer who might have potentially had their game stolen by this big corporation who's run by Taika Waititi's character in this. It basically becomes this big action movie with, like I said, this conspiracy plots and figuring it all out, and it's definitely a personal journey for Guy's character in this. But without further ado, let me get into my review for Free Guy. So right off the bat, I do really want to say that this movie did an amazing job kind of just showing, well, one, the absolute pressure and scrutiny that some video game developers put on their employees, and I actually show this in a pretty good light. There's a bit of comedy to it, but then again, a lot of realism that a lot of these companies really push their people beyond limits, and you can't blame them for bugs, mistakes, things like that when they get rushed. And there's a lot of really good commentary here in terms of how companies steal other people's ideas for their own profits, push their employees too hard. There's even it goes into sexism and video gaming and a ton of things that they just nail upon super well. There's a romance in this movie that I actually cared about, which I usually don't in most comedy or some even action movies, but they did a really good job with it in this movie. And a lot of just the video game tropes that they're able to put into this are hilarious. If you look in the background in a lot of shots, you'll see characters doing crazy fast spins, some people who glitching, running into walls, and then they'll phase into the walls and you see their legs go crazy, helicopters spinning out of control in the air. Just a lot of, like I said, things you notice in video games when you're playing, but they put them in the background in this movie as things you're not supposed to notice, but if you do, they're absolutely hilarious. But even the background comedy is just as funny as all of the comedy in this movie. Ryan Reynolds knocks it out of the park. He's hilarious, as he always is in this movie, and he creates a character that's really easy to fall in love with and care. I almost found he was basically the video game version of Buddy the Elf from Elf, Will Ferrell's movie, and he was just an absolute upbeat character that was really fun to watch and really fun to cheer for throughout this entire film. A lot of this movie touches on just fun themes too, like friendship, that they do a really good job with, and how you have to go through some hard things and some realizations and differences to really grow and love and care for one another. And it does this perfectly through two of Guy's friends that he has in this, one being the cop and one being the human player that he's able to grow with and just understand his relationship with. And there's a lot of really awesome cameos that are thrown into this movie too, and for spoiler's sake, I'm not going to go into it, but there's a lot of big names from a lot of big franchises that they're able to throw in here and use in a lot of really fun, creative ways, and just some really funny ways that could be, some are longer than others, some are short 1-second clips with the people in them, but really good job and really good use of celebrity cameos in this film, where you have people, like I said, from actors to Twitch streamers, and they just really made this feel like a very popular video game that you're watching, and made it feel real life with having all these streamers and random video game players interacting with one another and Guy in the movie, where they could just be one of us. And they definitely do this thing where the events happening in the game is being live streamed all across the world, and seeing people watch it, tune in, and get excited for a video game is really cool to watch, because you're seeing that a lot happen these days with esports and to a lot of AAA video games, and it was really cool to watch and just see, of course, all these people too understand the life that was being created on the screen through Guy's character, and just the questions of, is an AI life human? Should they live and make their own choices? And can you take that away from them? Little things like that. This movie went a lot deeper than I ever thought it was going to, and it executed it a lot better than I thought it was going to. It was pretty perfect, and like I said, just all of the messages it was trying to convey, whether it be something simple as friendship or as complex as AI life. Even if you're not a gamer, there's a lot here to laugh at and enjoy, and a lot of tropes that you're gonna laugh at, so whether, like I said, no matter how small or big your understanding of video games is. It's just so much fun to watch. Amazing scenes too that kind of remind me of Ready Player One, and just a lot of fun that they were able to have with this movie and a lot of Disney properties too, which I applaud them for using in very smart and just awesome ways that get you excited and just awesome. They're not used just for kind of shock factor or like a bit of nostalgia. They actually use a lot of things from Disney properties that just make sense in the movie, and just moments of, oh, that was awesome, that was so cool. And just, they did a really good job making this film. Everything's filmed really, really well. It's paced amazingly. It's acted amazingly. There's just not a lot that they missed here, because they hardly missed a thing. It was a very, very well put together, very heartfelt, amazing movie with a lot of passion behind it. And it's very easy to tell from the passion that not the actors had, and like not just the actors had, but of course the filmmakers. The soundtrack in this movie is very, very well done, and I loved and had so much fun watching every single second of this movie. And I'm excited that Disney wants a Free Guy sequel, because I think there's a lot that they can do with that too, and I would love to see Ryan Reynolds hop back into this role. And with all of that taken together, that is why I'm going to give Free Guy a 9 out of 10, and I highly recommend it to anyone who, like I said, just has any interest in video games. Even if you don't, this movie's for you. It's just a very heartfelt, emotional, fun, and a lot deeper story than I ever thought it was going to be. And yeah, like I said, I just highly recommend it. So if you've seen Free Guy, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below, and how excited you are for Free Guy 2. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can check out all the other movie reviews and everything I do on this channel through my playlist down below, and I also link some up top here. You can check out everything I do on my YouTube, and subscribe if you like what you see. Turn the little ringer on if you want to know when I upload new video games. Oh, new video games, jeez, getting ahead of myself here when I upload new videos. But if you want to check out everything that I do video game wise, there's a link in the description to my Twitch, where I do all my live streams and play a lot of the video games. And there's also a link to the Media Mountain in there, which is the link to my Discord, where we talk about movies, comics, books, TV, video games, everything that's basically awesome in this world. There's a lot of things, so you can definitely join that amazing community and help make it even more amazing than it is already. But yes, definitely check out Free Guy. The movie is about an hour and 50 minutes long, and yeah, just a great time every single second of it. So awesome, guys.